So the March 2024 core algorithm update from Google has finally finished rolling out. Now, strangely, Google only announced that it was finished a week after they said it actually was. Now, my name is Caleb Alku. I started my SEO agency in 2016 and built it to 7 figures in 3 years. Now, since then, I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs start their own SEO agencies. I'm seeing a lot of bad information about this major Google core update. So the first thing I want to correct is that this was not an update with the intent to punish AI-generated content. I've seen that reported a lot, but honestly, that really just wasn't the focus. Google was trying to remove unhelpful content from its results page to improve user experience. Now, of course, Google won't tell us what unhelpful content is, but it will happily say that there are 45% less low-quality results served. Many sites that got hit by last November's helpful content update were hit again by this core update. Now, we know that Google has been using user interaction and engagement metrics for rank position for years. Say, for example, you search for something like how to change an oil. You click on the third result, you read it for 15 seconds, you hit back, click on the fifth result, and spend 2 minutes on that page, and then you close out your browser. This is a massive signal to Google that the fifth result helped you more than the third. So if enough people do that, the third result will drop and the fifth result will increase its rank position. So one of the best ways to gauge searcher intent for specific keywords is to just type those keywords into Google and see what's ranking. Google will rank content, the types of pages that its users want to see, that its users engage with. It's a really excellent way to decide if a keyword has a buyer intent or an informational intent. So the explosion of AI and the low-cost AI content writing means that a lot of the new content on Google is ridiculously unoriginal. Now, by that, what I mean, AI does not write content with a unique, helpful, and fresh idea. Right? It can't, at least not yet, because the way it works is by just predicting the next word based on its scrape of internet data. It can't actually have unique insights. It can only repeat things it's already read with different phrasing, so it passes plagiarism tests. Now, from the start, when we first started talking about AI content, I have always maintained that AI is a way for a human editor to write content faster. First of all, you need a human editor because AI can hallucinate, which is a fancy word for making things up. So you need someone to fact check before you start posting content. And number 2, your human editor needs to add uniqueness. AI is not going to be able to do that. Now, lots and lots of sites lost traffic in that helpful content update and lost more traffic in the March core update. So which sites gained? In general, highly trusted sites with a lot of user-generated content, Reddit, Quora, Trustpilot, etc. The content generally has unique information. Users typically post something new, and they often post of their own experiences. Plus, the 80+ domain rating means that Google trusts these domains more. Now, Google says it's trying to serve pages to its users that its users will engage with, that users will find helpful. So it wants to stop serving pages that essentially were written to rank well on Google, not to provide information or content to users. So the first step in recovering from this update is to look at the keywords you lost the most amount of traffic to. Search for those keywords on Google and take a look at what's currently ranking for them. Is it Reddit, Amazon, NewYorkTimes.com, Trustpilot, anything like that? If so, sorry, but you probably need to cross that keyword off your list. You're not going to be able to recover traffic that went from your website to Wikipedia. And honestly, I've been looking for an example site, a case study of a website that got hit by the helpful content update and or the core algorithm update from March of 24. And honestly, I have not seen a single example of a recovery. So I'm not going to tell you what to do if you got hit, but personally, I'll tell you what I did. I had 2 sites that lost traffic. Now, admittedly, these were not helpful sites. They're both pretty low quality and honestly didn't consist of helpful content. So I'm not surprised that they got hit. So what I'm doing with them is I'm walking away. They were making a lot of money, but I'm not going to try to recover them. I don't have a roadmap. I don't have a case study. I don't know exactly what to do. Okay, they're not making money anymore. But if I had even one example of a site that was able to recover its traffic, I'd make the attempt, I'd go through the efforts, I'd make the updates. But I don't, not even one. And I've looked, and I've reached out to a lot of experts. So if your site was hit by these, maybe consider walking away from it. Maybe start a new site in a similar space and focus on uniqueness as you're writing each post so that the same thing doesn't happen again. Now, sadly, Google hasn't really given any information on what it's actually looking for in content to decide to rank it. Now, clearly user engagement has a massive impact, but what about content that isn't yet on the first page? We know that pages pretty much need to be on the first page, maybe the second page if the search volume is high enough to receive enough user engagement signals that Google can take as a signal. We don't know, and Google hasn't said, how it evaluates content that was just published or potentially is on the 7th page of results where there aren't any user engagement metrics. My plan, I'm going to continue to monitor the impact of these updates and record future videos on my channel here, especially if I'm able to find a site that has successfully recovered. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss that. And please, comment below if you have a site that was affected by this, either up or down in traffic. And pretty please, comment below if you know of a website that has successfully recovered its traffic. I'm definitely going to be reaching out to you.